I've done it all. I don't need the WWE Championship. I don't want that title. That's not what The Rock wants at WrestleMania. What I want is the tribal chief. I want to be the head of the table.
Here comes trouble!
It's me. It's an N to the T to the G. Rolling once again with that BT Double B, Big Trouble Ben Bishop, taking up the whole screen. And you got myself, Nikki the Good, and we are the Meat Pop Express. And as you all know out there, we are journalists. We're always looking at the news. We're breaking news in some cases. Well, something broke from that guy, Meltzer. He came out and said a little bit of something about WrestleMania and the fact that The Rock's not going to actually be there. Well, to bring back a fan favorite, Ben, that's not going to work for me, brother. So, Big Trouble, can you tell these marks what we're going to be getting into today?
Yeah, so for today, I mean, we could just start out by saying, with all Mave Deltzer, Dave Melt, whatever you want to call him, he's right about, he's if he was playing baseball, he'd have a pretty good average.
Yeah.
Right? He's probably right about 30% of the time, but we're not playing baseball. We're in the journal. He doesn't have the journalistic integrity that we do.
Yep.
So, what we're going to do today is that we are going to book from the Rumble to WrestleMania to the bell rings at WrestleMania Night 2. We are going to book out WWE with The Rock.
Yes, because listen,
with The Rock involved.
Yeah, because I personally think that, we got our we got the wheels spinning for a few days there where it was like, oh, okay, The Rock's going to be there. What does this mean? And then all of a sudden, Mave Deltzer comes out and just big poo-poo pants and just is like, hey, party's over. Party's over, guys. We're going back to Cody's story. Like, you can't even let you guys fantasy book for a couple months, So,
and before we start that, Nick, I even wanted to bring up a thing that doesn't work for me, brother, because I know a few people wanted to hear that segment come back. So we'll do a quick one here. And it doesn't work for me, brother, is once again Dave Meltzer. Oh, I'm sorry, Mave Deltzer. Let me get his name right. He comes out and he said, and him and BA and his running buddy there come out and they say that Edge and Ricky Starks are mad at each other over that promo that they cut on Collision. Guys, it's wrestling. If they're going to insult each other, we're not here to tell everybody how great they are. We're not here to tell everybody how awesome how happy we are to be here. That's the wrestling we want. We want guys insulting each other, going back and forth with each other.
Yep.
But Dave and Brian, they want to pretend like, oh, it's, now they're mad at each other. It's like, no, we're not doing we're all best friends angle and all that anymore. Let's get real. Let's actually talk like grown adults here.
This isn't pro sports. Like, it's not like we're like, you have to be guarded by the big shield and always hold yourself up to like the biggest standards. Like, listen, man, I like it when people got a little bit of tension. I like it when they got chips on their shoulders. All right. I got one myself. Why do you think I'm so damn handsome at this age? You think this is just a coincidence? You think this happens overnight? No, man. It's because I'm motivated. Because I got a damn chip. All right.
Yep.
That's
moisturizer.
Moisturizer. That's what it's my wife's, but I use it. That's listen. That's what I want in pro wrestling. I don't want things to be sunshine and rainbows all the time. Like, why are we looking at this like, oh, they said this? Like, why are we giving into this? Like, back in the day, the best stuff came from the fact that people were at each other's throats. And you know what? They're grown ass adults. They are grown men. They're grown men. They're grown women. They can do whatever they want. Okay. Like that's just the way it is. So listen, here's another thing real quick. We got merch. Okay.
Oh, we sure do.
We got merch. I'm wearing it right now. Here it is. Me Pop Express shirts. Okay. You guys got to buy them. Ben's giving the old NWO. He's giving the old NWO to him in the back. Listen. I need you guys to buy them. Okay. I got a family to feed. You guys know. I was put on some hard times lately, like old Dusty. Okay. I need you to buy these effing shirts. All right. So please buy the effing shirts. Here we go.
They're great shirts, 60-40 cotton polyblend. They're very comfortable. Nick's wearing it right now. He's got it on. I bet you it feels comfortable. It makes the gut. Yep.
Look how it fits around my biceps.
It's tight where it needs to be, around the chest, around the biceps. Perfect fit shirt. It's true to size. Buy the shirt, folks.
True to size, fellas. Okay, true to size. Like Ben, he's 6'12", and me, I'm 5 foot. We're gonna get into that later. Here we go. All right. Let's book the Rumble. Let's book the Rock.
Let's book
from
it.
The Rumble to Mania. Ben, you're gonna kick it off with your Rumble and then I'm going to go.
Okay. So we are saying The Rock's going to be involved from Rumble to WrestleMania. Doesn't mean he's going to be on every show. It does not mean The Rock will be on every single show. So I'm starting out with the Rumble, and I'm starting out with the fact that The Rock will not be part of the Rumble. He's not going to be on this card. Okay, because we're gonna save it. I'm gonna tell you why. So starting out in the night of the Rumble, first match, LA Knight versus Roman for the title, starting out the show. LA Knight loses after distraction from Heyman and Solo, par for the course, which was going on for most of Roman's defenses. But he gets this shot after being part of the winning team at Survivor Series, which we won't go over, but that was another thing. This match kicks off the night. LA Knight demands to be in the Royal Rumble. So he goes to the brass and he demands to be in the Royal Rumble. So that's how we're starting it off. Starting off the Royal Rumble hot. Roman coming out, defending the title, winning it. LA Knight's hot. He's all full of piss and vinegar. Goes to the brass, to Nick Aldis, to Adam Pearce, and says, hey, I want to be in the Rumble. They say, go ahead. You're in it. Now to the Rumble. The final six. The final six who will be in the Rumble. And this is how I'm booking it. Jay Uso, Gunther, Cody, LA Knight, Solo, and Jimmy will be the final six in the Rumble. Jimmy and Jay have a standoff. They eventually eliminate each other. Final four, Solo, Gunther, LA Knight, Cody. Cody is taken out. Cody eliminated Bronson Reed. Now, here's somebody that I think could actually use a little bit of the rub from the bloodline. And he's not Samoan, but he's, Pacific. He's an Australian Pacific Islander looking, so we'll give it to him there.
Yep.
Might be some bloodline there.
It counts.
He counts. So Cody eliminated Bronson Reed earlier in the match. Bronson Reed actually comes out and pulls Cody under the bottom rope.
Oh, man. So he's not eliminated
beats the hell out of him on the outside. So Cody's out of the match for a bit. Solo and Gunther team up on LA Knight. LA Knight fights back, eventually bips Solo off the apron. Cody, Solo, and Gunther have a bit of a hoss fight here. So people want to see big standoff, two big burly guys going after it, chopping each other up. Cody recovers, runs a comeback, eliminates Gunther. Now we're down to Solo and Cody in the final two in the Rumble. Reigns comes out from the back, the title looking happy, telling Solo to finish the job. But Solo actually gets distracted a little bit by Reigns. Not super, but kind of like we're teasing a little dissension here. Or Solo's like, I want the title, right? So Reigns is kind of like, finish it now. I don't have to worry about anything.
Right.
About Mania. Cody eventually eliminates Solo, wins back-to-back Rumbles after he gets distracted by Reigns. Cody Rumble going on to Mania. That is my Royal Rumble fantasy booking, folks.
Okay, all right. So Ben obviously is a wrestler, so he has a lot more going on in the ring, and his storytelling is way more detailed. Mine, not so much. So here we're going to roll into it. Okay. So opening the Rumble. And by the way, The Rock is in the Rumble, baby. So spoiler. So here we go. So Jay and Jimmy are opening the Rumble at 1 and 2. So I'm starting off with the twins, with the brothers. Okay. And get used to it because they ain't going anywhere anytime soon, okay? Because that's just the way it's rolled. Then we're going to fast forward. People are going to enter. People are going to leave. But Cody is going to enter at number 10 because I don't want Cody specifically to be fresh towards the end, okay? I don't want him to be fresh, all right? Here's the story, and the story is long. He's got to be tired at some point. Plus, he came out at 30 last year, right? I believe it was there. He came out last.
Was it? Yeah. Was it third?
Yeah.
It was at least. So
basically, I don't want Cody coming out. Like, I want him to have to earn his stripes in the Rumble, right? Then LA Knight comes in at a sexy number 21 because that's just a sexy number to come out to. So LA Knight's coming out at 21. Then Cena, I have entering at 29. Okay. So Cena has entered at 29. Now, this is what's going to transpire as soon as Mr. 30 hits. Okay. This is the deets that I'm actually getting into. The Rock enters at number 30. So if you smell, it all hits. Right. So The Rock comes in, and this is what happens. Okay. So you have The Rock. He will be eliminating LA Knight right away. So LA Knight's still there. The Rock eliminates LA Knight there. Hits the ring. LA's probably a little bit distracted, maybe putting the boots to somebody in the corner. Boom, you're gone immediately. Okay. We didn't get a stare down. We didn't get nothing. Okay. you're gone. People have been saying that you've been stealing your shtick from The Rock. They've saying you've been doing a little bit of Austin. You're gone. Okay. And The Rock, The Rock, like he eliminates him. He looks over. He's like, he does that whole thing. Like if you're watching on YouTube, basically just mocking him. So he's out. The Rock then also eliminates. He also eliminates. What else? He eliminates Cody and Cena at the same time. Okay. He eliminates Cody and Cena at the same time. Something I skipped over here, but Jimmy and Jey Uso have been eliminated at some point. Okay, so they're gone. They are gone. Okay. So basically the last three let's see what I got here. So the last four in the ring where we had Cody, we had LA Knight, we had The Rock, and we had Cena. Okay. The Rock eliminates Cody and fuck. Where's my guy?
So you had The Rock eliminate LA Knight.
Rock eliminates LA Knight, then The Rock also eliminates Cody and Cena at the exact same time. So
you're having The Rock
and The Rock wins the Rumble. Okay. So The Rock has won the Rumble. That's my Rumble, baby. You go.
Okay. So no, so that is from the perfect fans perspective. As you can see, folks, we're coming at this from different angles here. From different angles, wrestler, fan perspective. So you're getting a little bit of both. I like it. I think it sounds great on paper. I just think I'm being realistic. I don't think The Rock wants to.
Well, that's why we're fantasy booking, brother.
That's why we're fantasy booking. Okay. See, I'm a little more.
Dave Meltzer said he's not going to be there. I'm throwing it all on the table.
I know. Yeah, that's true. Throw it. Yeah, if you got the dates for him, why not? Make him earn his money. The Actors Guild is still on strike, folks. Just so you know, The Writers Guild is done. The Actors Guild actually hit a bit of a snafu recently. If you're following the news, they got an issue right now. So we never know. We might still have Cena on The Rock for a while. So this could be right, Nick. All right. So we're going down the Road to Mania now. So the Road to Mania officially has kicked off after the Rumble. My pick, I had Cody winning. We had some dissension in the bloodline. We also had LA Knight losing to Roman. But let's see. This is the Raw after the Rumble. So stay with me here. We find out it was Reigns who sent Reed to attack Cody. That's what we find out. So now Reed is somewhat in the bloodline. Reigns, because of the dissension with Solo, is saying to Solo and putting in his head, maybe I need a new enforcer.
Yeah.
Maybe you ain't getting the job done. So now we're getting a little bit more dissension. But we got someone new in the fold. Big Bronson Reed, who looks the part and looks like he could be part of the bloodline. So Cody shows up, battered and bruised. He wants to fight and challenge Reed to a match. Cody's about to win the match against Reed, but then the bloodline jumps in. He gets beat down by the bloodline, Jimmy, Solo, Reed. LA Knight makes a save, and we set up a main event on SmackDown between LA Knight, Cody versus Reed and Solo with Jimmy in the corner. So now we're getting to the good stuff here because we're gonna get to the great one in just a second. SmackDown after the Rumble, main event, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes versus Solo and Bronson Reed. Jimmy continues to get involved throughout the match. He's just a pest. He's a gnat. He's continuing to do things to piss off Cody, to piss off LA Knight, and to prove his worth to Roman Reigns. LA Knight hits the BFT after a big disaster kick from Cody on Bronson Reed, but Jimmy pulls the ref out at the last second. Whole bloodline jumps in, beating down Cody, beating down LA Knight. Cena's music hits. He clears the ring, but's taken out by a big numbers game, gets speared by Reigns. They're all beating him up. They're as soon as they're about to put the ones up, that is when you hear, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. Here comes The Rock. He's shot like a house of fire out from the back. He hits the ring, clears house, but doesn't touch Roman. Roman is not touched at all. He jumps out of the ring. Rock hits a few rock bottoms on whoever and wherever, on anybody. Cody, Knight, Cena, Rock, all at the end of the show, standing tall on SmackDown. Any comments on that before we get to No Way Out, Nick?
You're a great booker. There's
like
there's a lot going on there. I love the addition of Bronson Reed. I think that using this WrestleMania season as a way to get somebody else big, and Bronson Reed has shown that he's a guy that is very, very credible. And he's also someone, he just needs something. I don't think it's enough for him to just be by himself as a monster. You need a little bit of salt and pepper on him.
Mm-hmm.
You need to give him something to sink his teeth into. And I think
Yeah.
the perfect dissension between him and Solo, considering they both have that enforcer, like I don't talk a lot vibe. I think there's perfect synergy there to create conflict that's going to allow for so many matches down the road between those two and
definitely
iterations.
That can definitely be down the line. We're not going to get into those two yet going at each other, but him part of the bloodline. And you know what? He's young enough and he's new enough that he can, take losses to top guys right now. He doesn't need to, he's not going to ruin it.
No, like he can still hit the tsunami finisher and it's still like game over. It's over. Yeah.
Exactly. And he doesn't have to worry about, potentially doing a job to somebody and taking a loss. Because he can recover. So this is a good way to start elevating a guy like Bronson Reed, besides just having a bunch of squash matches on Raw every now and then, which gets old after a while. All right, we're gonna get to No Way Out, because No Way Out is in between the Rumble and WrestleMania.
Today I learned No Way Out is in between the Rumble and WrestleMania, because I do not have that in mind.
I think they got rid of the elimination. I think this is where they're going to do the Elimination Chamber. So I'm going to book it as if they are booking an Elimination Chamber match.
Okay.
So we're going to get Cena versus Solo. And it's Cena versus Solo. I don't know where it will be on the card, but it will be on the card. Cena versus Solo. Cena gets the win after Reigns accidentally spears Solo. The Rock comes out. Well, The Rock was in, I forgot to mention this. The Rock is going to be in Cena's corner, and Reigns is going to be in Solo's corner. So
you're getting them on screen together.
Yep, exactly. Reigns spears Solo. Oh, she turns around. Gates, the first time they touch, takes a big rock bottom from The Rock. Cena comes in. AA hits it on Solo. 1, 2, 3. Cena wins that match. But now let's go to the Elimination Chamber, which this is going to determine the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship for Seth Rollins' title, which we haven't mentioned. I'm throwing a bunch of people in here, but I'm going to go with LA Knight, Finn Balor, Theory, Lashley, Rey Mysterio, and Jimmy Uso will be in this match. Jay, forgot to mention, leading up to Mania, Jay was out for a little bit after the beatdown. He took a few weeks off. LA Knight eventually wins by pinning Jimmy. LA Knight is now the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay. Leading up to Mania. Any questions there, Nick, on No Way Out?
Nope. Feeling good.
Any concerns? Okay. Leading up to Mania. Cena and Cody actually have a standoff now on a Raw leading up to Mania. We're not going to get into the details here. Cena says that Cody has 100% earned it. He believes in Cody. However, there's something in the back of his mind. He's got an itch that he wants to break Ric Flair's record. He wants to be the 17-time world heavyweight title, universal title, whatever they call it, WWE champion. He wants that. It's in the back of his mind. Cody respects John and says at night 1 of WrestleMania, he's going to put his number one contendership on the line versus John Cena. The winner goes on to night 2 to face Roman Reigns. Leading up to Mania, again, this could be on a SmackDown, wherever. Roman calls out The Rock, and The Rock challenges Roman for the title at night 1 of WrestleMania. Also within this, Jay's going to make his return in this segment and challenge Jimmy to a match at WrestleMania. So right there, what we're going to be getting is we're going to be getting the potential for 5 matches that could all be potential main events here. We're going to get Cody versus Cena. We're going to get Roman versus Rock. We're going to get Jimmy versus Jay. And don't forget, we'll have LA Knight versus Seth as well for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then also whoever wins the 2 matches between the aforementioned contenders. So that is me leading up to Mania and what I think could happen at Mania if all parties are involved.
And The Rock, yeah, and I'm exhausted, man. I'm exhausted. Ooh, happens to me once a show minimum. I'm exhausted. That's a lot of booking. Let's take the abbreviated version, which will be my version. So all you need to know that happens, brother, between the Rumble and Mania is this: the night after the Rumble. Okay, so the night after the Rumble, The Rock comes out. So The Rock comes out at 10:30. Okay, he's coming out at 10:30. All right.
Okay.
And he's basically like, listen, I've done it all in the business. I've done it all. I don't need the WWE Championship. I don't want that title. That's not what The Rock wants. at WrestleMania. What I want is the tribal chief. I want to be the head of the table. So I'm challenging Roman Reigns at night 1 of WrestleMania for the head of the table and the title of being the tribal chief of the bloodline. So that is what you need to know from there. Is that so with my thing that we're at Mania, The Rock is going to be facing Roman Reigns in night 1 for the tribal chief, the head of the table. Then, because
but not for the title.
No, not for the title. If you want to throw in the title, go throw in the title. That's fine. Let's throw in the title. Yeah. So you get the title, but you really get the tribal chief, the thing, the head of the table, whatever. What the fuck. Right. Now, then one of those stooges will come out in the authority figures, whether it's, Aldis or Aldis isn't a stooge. The other dude's a stooge. Aldis is a stone cold killer. Let me rephrase that. Okay. Those guys come out and basically say like, hey, like the last 2 eliminated in the Rumble were Cena and Cody. They both went out at the exact same time. Okay.
Oh,
so you two, night 1, will have a match to determine who will headline night 2 against the winner of the tribal chief head of the table WWE Universal Championship match. So whoever wins that match will advance. So basically it's a tournament. It's a 2-day tournament to determine who will be headlining night 2. That's all you need to know. Everybody else, they can do whatever. Okay. You take Ben's booking that don't include those 4 guys and apply it to my booking. Okay.
So we have similar, we have for those 4 guys, it's done a little different.
It's done a little different. Yeah.
Okay. But at the end of the day, the outcome sounds similar to what we're getting at.
Yes, I want The Rock involved though for all of I want him at the Rumble. I want him to be involved in the Rumble. I think that's where you need to start it. Okay. And for me, it's just like, listen, you know where I'm going with this. If you've been following me, there's something I need done. I just need it to happen at some point. I need to get it. I need to get the monkey off my back. That's where I'm heading. But Ben, okay, give me your WrestleMania. What is WrestleMania?
Right. We're running through only the big matches.
Just the big matches, not your we don't need the Big Trouble Ben Bishop pre-show and the panel with Rosenberg talking about and planting seeds for the final 5 minutes of Mania. Go ahead.
No, we don't need that. So night 1, we're having 3. It's a triple main event. Never been done before. We're doing the triple main event. The triple main event, and what it's going to be is going to be Jimmy versus Jay. We're going to finally get those 2 facing off. We're going to get Cody versus Cena, with Cody going over in the match versus Cena. Big handshake at the end. Then we're going to get Roman versus The Rock in the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania. They have their match, be a classic Rock match. Eventually, Roman beats The Rock. The tribal chief stands tall as the tribal chief going into night 2 to face off against Cody. Now, before I go into night 2, Nick, what's your night 1?
Okay, so night 1, we have Rock versus Roman. Okay, so at some point during this match, Solo and Jimmy are going to come out and help Roman beat The Rock. So Roman is beating The Rock night 1, okay, with a little bit of interference. Okay, so Solo and Jimmy are very much involved in that. Night 2, right? So obviously I'm having Cody. Cody is going over Cena night 1. So, okay, so that's just going to happen. Not getting into what's happening. That's going to happen. So Cody beats Cena night 1. So your main event for night 2. Did you say who won Mania for you?
I didn't do my night 2 yet.
Okay, so I'll go back to you. So all you need to know from my night 1 is that The Rock loses to Roman with a little bit of tomfoolery from Jimmy and Solo. Okay, and
so just to clarify, my night 1 is no interference. The bloodline is banned from ringside.
Okay,
the Roman still goes over on The Rock.
Got it. Okay, so what's your night 2?
So my night 2, again, unprecedented triple main event. Because they like the hyperbole. They want to make the first time
pay-per-view ends at 3 a.m.
3 a.m. We're gonna go LA Knight versus Seth. LA Knight's over as the new world heavyweight champion. Cody versus Roman. Of course, Cody's over. We finally finished the story. Cody beats Roman and dethrones the tribal chief. And you know what? For shits and giggles, some part of the show, we just get a Rock Cena tag match against Solo and Reed, just for fun, or Solo and Jimmy. It doesn't. Somebody, why not? Why not just get him to tag once? Quick, it can be a quick match. Doesn't have to be much. It's an attraction type match. We just get him out there, playing the music, get the people going, play the hits, and get out of there. That's my night 2 of WrestleMania.
There we go. So for night 2, this is how it unfolds. Okay. So you have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, again, headlining night 2 of WrestleMania. Okay. The entire match happens. And then at the end of the match, this is what occurs. So you have Solo and you have Jimmy once again come down to try and cost Cody the match, right? To assist with Roman beating Cody. But no. The Rock comes out and deters them from making that happen. So The Rock takes out Solo and Jimmy, right? Okay. Incapacitates them. And he does the thing. He leaves the ring. He goes to the top of the entrance ramp. He gives the eyebrow. And then Cody and Reigns fight for another 10 minutes, let's say. Cody goes over and wins the WWE Championship for his father, for the Rhodes family. So that's how night 2 ends. But here's the last thing that I'll say in my booking. Monday Night Raw the next night. It's the night after WrestleMania, right? Cody opens the show. He cries in the ring. He talks about the story being finished. And we're all very happy. Then at 10:30 yet again, The Rock comes out to give his little send-off to the audience. Love being back here. This will always be my home. All that stuff, right? Roman's not there. You ain't going to see Roman. But what you hear at 10:57 is L.A.
Ooh.
And L.A. Knight comes to the ring, talking and walking. And they don't get into promos yet, because that's going to happen for many pay-per-views to come. But you just get The Rock and him with the little stare down. And then just LA Knight goes, whose game is it? LA Knight. Yeah. And we go, we fade to black with a little stare down. And that's how I'm booking it. I want The Rock and LA Knight in a program post WrestleMania, because that's what I'm most interested to see. Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Who's winning that one. But LA Knight needs to get to that next level, and it's his game. So and there's one guy not named Roman Reigns that can get him there, and it's the Great One.
I like it. The only thing I would change with your booking in night 2, and this is from a wrestler's perspective, folks, you get a little bit of an inside look, pull the curtain back. Once The Rock comes out and helps Cody, that's about time to go home. I wouldn't say we want to do another 10 minutes, because the crowd is going to be through the roof for that. Once The Rock comes out, I'd give it another 2 minutes, hit it, bang,
10 minutes is too long. Yeah, so 2 minutes is an eternity.
Just so people know, it is. So people know the biggest pop of that, obviously, besides Cody winning at the end, the biggest pop of that match will be The Rock coming out to assist Cody. So once you have the people high, you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to just go home.
So for me,
other than that, though, I love it.
I really built the whole thing to get to the LA Knight stare down with The Rock. Like, LA Knight, I need LA Knight in a program with The Rock. Like that to me is like something where, like, it's probably not going to happen, because he's going to do his thing with Roman, and probably that would be it. That's all he would do. But like, if you're really thinking about like booking an extra, like, to me, LA Knight is actually like, he's the guy I look forward to most. Like, he really is. Like, like, I'll just say it. And I really feel like this next year we got to get Cody the title, because we need LA Knight to start winning a championship. Whether that's Rollins' championship, which I hope they get rid of, because that championship stinks.
Okay.
It stinks. Okay. I'm sorry, it stinks. That's it.
I personally think I wouldn't say it stinks to an extent. I would say that we need somebody else to have that title. And I think LA Knight could really help that
Yes.
title a good amount.
I just want to get rid of it. It stinks. The title stinks, man. Like no one gives a shit. Like Rollins could be doing the exact same thing without the title and he'd be just as credible. Like it's almost a disservice to him because he could be someone that could be challenging for the universal title. Like,
so in your mind, do you think that once Cody wins, does he go into a program with LA Knight eventually? Like, is that?
I mean,
because you want LA Knight to be at the pinnacle at this point.
SummerSlam. Like I don't want to waste LA Knight on anything other. Like, I'm sick and tired of these middle of the road. Like, oh, this is him challenging for the title at Roadblock. Like, I don't give a shit anymore, man. If we're gonna do it, let's do it right. Let's build these guys up to the big shows. Roman's had a million days reigns. We don't need him we don't need him challenging for the title. Have him go away. He loses the title. He's devastated. He's a shell of a man. He can't find himself anymore. Let him disappear. Just disappear for 6 months. He deserves a vacation. Okay. We need to start building other stars than Roman Reigns. And clearly WWE can. And now that Vince is clearly out the door, apparently, in terms of creative, like, I got all the faith in the world, man. I watched NXT. It's awesome. I watched all this shit. Everything's fucking awesome right now, man.
It is. It really is. They're doing a hell of a job. The only thing I will say is that unless they do away, because I don't like the draft thing. I don't like two different people on different shows. I don't like it.
Don't get me started on a brand split.
That's why I would.
You want me to run through these fucking walls right now? I hate the brand split. It's the worst thing ever.
Awful.
One show. How difficult? Just give me one show.
That's awful.
AEW has 3 brands. How's that working out for them? I don't know what's on and who's on what show.
Hot take. Exactly.
Hot take.
No, I'm right. I'm right there with you. I don't love the title, but if there are 2 shows and you need to have 2 people with titles, the network's going to want it. We're speaking practical here. They're going to want a champion on each show. They're not going to want just the Intercontinental Champion on Raw while the heavyweight champion's on SmackDown. So I get it. I get what you're saying, but I think what I could do here into the future is LA Knight wins the world heavyweight title. We go a whole year with Cody and LA Knight having both titles. And you know what? Let's throw it out there. Unification match at WrestleMania 41.
Unify with anybody. 41,
unify with LA Knight and Cody.
It's such
what happens there.
2 world champions is just the dumbest. If you just say it out loud, it's the dumbest thing ever. Like,
it's kind of what hurt. It's kind of what has hurt boxing over the years too.
It's hurt everything.
There's
you don't
so
even
many.
know.
There's like 4 different federations.
You don't even know who the guy is. No. Like in WWE, and here's the thing about WWE: we know who the guy is. It's Roman. Like, it's not Seth. And it's like, why are we doing this semantics bullshit? Just get rid of the other title. We don't need it. Create another different title that's not called the world title then. Do that. Like, call it
TV. Bring back the TV title.
Anything. Like anything. Yeah. Just don't call it the world champion because it's not. There's only one world champion. There's one world. It could be one world champion. Can't have 2 people. I'm the world champion. I'm the world champion. No, like, it's stupid. Anyway, so that's how we booked it with The Rock. I thought it was a nice little exercise to do on the a bit wordy there, so hopefully you go understood where we were going. If I have time, which I don't, I put a full-blown graphic explaining every single booking decision that we made. And spoiler, that graphic's not coming. So anyway, let's wrap it up. I'm exhausted this here. Ben, please get your shit in.
Yeah, so folks, coming out on Friday. So tonight, when you are listening to this show, I will be in Hagerstown, Maryland for Adrenaline Championship Wrestling, taking on independent wrestling legend Ruckus, as well as his running buddy, Robbie Illuminati. The next night, I'm traveling to, I dropped my pen, traveling all the way to Chicago, driving up to Sycamore, Illinois, defending my Windy City Professional Wrestling Heavyweight title. And do I know who I'm wrestling against? I don't, but does it matter? It doesn't, because at the end of the day, I'll have my hand raised to the goddamn rafters. As you know, folks, you just got to deal with it. Nick, get your shit in.
Yeah, so for me, I will not be wrestling this weekend. Sorry to disappoint everybody. I will be going to some fairs for the fall festivals here where I live with my children. So Ben and I will both be at events. They're just slightly different. But forget our shit. Listen, buy the damn merch. All right. Buy the merch. We got one shirt. We just need you guys to buy it. So we don't lose our money. And basically, here's the deal. You got to follow us everywhere. Okay. We just crossed 500 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, we subscribed 500 subscribers on YouTube. Audio is doing well. We'd love for you guys to come check us out and look at our beautiful faces as well.
515.
Yeah.
515
on YouTube. So please give us a little subscribe, give us a like, make sure you listen to audio, listen to us in every place. I mean, listen to the podcast 3 times if you need to. You can follow Ben at Big Trouble BB on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, pretty much everywhere. He's at the same handle. Myself, you can follow me at Nikki the Good on TikTok, on Twitter, and follow the Meat Pop Express everywhere at Meat Pop Express. We are everywhere at that destination. And listen, Ben, do you got anything else to say to these movies?
Nothing else to say. Keep it positive, keep it trucking, and always keep the shades on because the sun never sets on a cool guy.
Later, Marks.